Welcome back to What's Up, Oxford. I'm here now with Randi Crawford, who is the Community Safety and Media Relations with Oxford OPP. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So what is the Community Safety and Media Relations Officer? Tell us what you do.
Pretty much, we are the resource for being in touch with the community and all working together to try and figure out ways to help each other stay safe in every way. Okay. So part of my roles are presentations, events, media outlet resources, and even just fostering an email or phone call if someone has a safety concern.
Okay. So media outlets, have you noticed a transition or a switch since people can't get the news on their typical media ways that they were? Obviously, we don't, we don't hear about what's happening unless we turn on a radio, check the newspaper, or go to a television. Yes. Previously, we used to get all of our news through apps, which are, of course, now not accessible. Yeah. So are you finding that there's more of a need then to get the message out there?
For sure. But I would say that we are such a strong community here in Oxford County, and we have different resources like the radio, et cetera, that can really help us all stay in touch. Social media platforms, together with my partners with Woodstock Police, right? We all together try and get as much information out there as possible through our social media outlets. So. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the role of the community safety officer is obviously the media releases and group presentations you mentioned. Yeah. What type of group presentations would you be doing? Like at schools?
We can do schools if we're invited into them right now. And also fraud presentations has been high on the horizon right now. So, and frauds can affect anyone of any age. So I've often had people reach out to me and say, Randi, can you come to this church group and do a presentation on seniors frauds? And absolutely, I'll be there in a heartbeat, right? So, but we also cover things like cyberbullying. And to be honest with you, safety is such a vast topic, and it affects your emotional and your physical and financial and environmental topics. So with the OPP, we have almost endless topics to be able to talk about. So my main goal being here today, and again, thank you for having me, is to let Oxford County community know that my role is to help you to feel as safe as you can. So any type of safety concern you have, or even a suggestion, I'm all ears, because my big belief is that we're stronger together, and the more information we can share with each other, the safer that our community will be.
Okay. So there's something that is happening called CamSafe.
Yes.
What's CamSafe?
Yes. So with property crimes being high on everyone's topic, unfortunately, in all of our communities, CamSafe is a program that is owned and was created by Belleville Police, but OPP has partnered with them, and we now have 30 of our detachments that are on board. What it is a database for people who have their own private security. So if it be a small business or a residence, you can register with CamSafe. And then if an incident happens, a police officer can contact you and say, may I please have this footage between this time and this time?
Oh, like the little doorbell camera.
Yes, stuff. Any of those things. So then it just helps us to respond to things faster. So for example, a missing person, right? We spend lots of person hours getting out there canvassing to see if anyone has video surveillance. Right. However, if we had a large amount of people who register for this, then we can just go on our database, say, oh, that address has video. We contact the homeowner or the business owner and say, maybe please have access to this. They will then give us that footage. So I think that's a misconception, is some people are hesitant to register because they watch a lot of movies and think, we're just going to be able to tap into your surveillance.
Coming and going out of their house.
Absolutely, and that is not the case at all. So we have to have the owner give us that information. But what happens is it just helps our response time to be a lot faster. We're able to find those cameras. We're able to access that for property theft and vehicle theft and abductions and missing persons. It's a great avenue for us to be able to respond even faster.
Right. I know even in my neighborhood, my car's been broken into, probably a half a dozen times in the last couple of years.
Yes.
Thankfully, I don't keep anything of value in there, but they take my phone chargers or the loose change, and I message my neighbors and say, hey, can you take a look at your cameras and tell me if you were able to see anything? And they've done the same to me. They've reached out to me to say their cars have been broken into. So if somebody does want to help out and provide that info, how do they register?
Yep. So it's camsafe.ca and register. And I can provide you with even more details at the end of the show if you like.
Okay.
And also I'm going to provide my email address. So if anyone has any further questions and they'd like to email me, I can direct them. Also, www.opp.ca. If you go to our site and you type in the search bar CamSafe, it'll open up all the information you need, and it's very, very, very user-friendly.
Okay, wonderful. And they can register right online.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned that there's been a significant increase in property damage, property theft.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for any of our viewers of what they can do to either help with their community or just to protect themselves?
Yep. Well, I like actually what you just finished saying about your neighbors, right? Like, again, we're a small community and we're known for being very caring community. So talking with your neighbors and kind of being that eye for each other is great. But the other program we have is Safeguard Ontario. So that's where you can reach out to us. We have trained members who will come to your home or your small business, and we do a security check on your property, and then we offer you an information package on different ways that you can try to keep your house safer or your property safer. So, different locks, different lighting, all those types of things. This is a free service and anyone can access it.
Okay, wonderful. And that's just available on the website as well?
As well, yes.
Okay, wonderful. And if people wanted to reach out to have you come and speak to their group, that's the best way to get in contact with you?
My email, so it's all lowercase, so Randi, RANDI, .Crawford, CRAWFORD @OPP.ca.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, and thank you for keeping our community safe.
Thank you.
And informed.
Thank you, and thank you as well.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.